You won. I am not building up to it. I am not going to make you wait through 3 paragraphs of atmospheric preamble before I say the thing you need to hear. You won. The match is over. The bell rang while you were in the shower this morning, or while you were answering an email, or while you were telling yourself that today would be just another day of fighting for scraps. The judges have scored it. The crowd has gone quiet. And the arm they are raising into the spotlight right now belongs to you, Virgo. The one they counted out, the one they underestimated, the one they left on the mat and walked away from, assuming the count would reach 10. But you got up. You always get up. And now the belt is yours. The victory lap is yours. And the only person who has not accepted the result yet is the one who thought they could drop you and keep walking. Let me tell you about that person. Because this is where the reading gets complicated. This is where victory stops feeling like a celebration and starts feeling like a responsibility. The person who hurt you, who left you, who took your loyalty and treated it like a renewable resource they could drain without replenishing that person is not okay. I need you to understand that I am not telling you this to make you feel guilty. Guilt is the last trap they laid for you, and you are done walking into traps. I am telling you this because their suffering is not your problem, but it is your mirror. It is proof that absence is not just empty space. Absence is a weapon. And you, simply by continuing to exist without them, simply by thriving in the air they told you was too thin to breathe, have fired that weapon without aiming. You have wounded them by being happy. You have broken them by being whole. And the part of you that is still soft, the part that made you stay too long in the first place, is going to want to rush to their side and apologize for winning. Do not apologize for winning. Do not dial the number. Do not answer the text that is coming. Do not let their inability to handle your absence become the reason you shrink yourself back down to a size they could manage. I feel them. I feel their energy so clearly. It is making my own chest ache with a sympathy I have to actively suppress. They are not sleeping. They are not eating meals so much as they are forgetting to stop working and then realizing at midnight that they have consumed nothing but coffee and resentment. They keep opening your social media, closing it, opening it again. They have memorized your posting patterns. They know what time you usually share something, and when you do not post, they invent catastrophes. They convince themselves you are with someone new. They convince themselves you are happier than you ever were with them. And the worst part, the part that is keeping them awake at 3 a.m. with their heart hammering against their ribs like a trapped bird, is that they are right. You are happier. You are with someone new, even if that someone is just the new version of you, and they can feel it. They can feel your joy radiating through the screen like heat from a furnace, and it is burning them because they know with a certainty that tastes like bile that they had access to that furnace and they chose to let the fire go out. They are going to reach out. I see it as clearly as I see the victory. It is not a maybe. It is a when. And the when is soon, within days, maybe hours. They are going to send a message that violates every boundary they pretended not to understand when you were together. I miss you. Not, how are you? Not, I hope you are well. I miss you. 3 words that translate to, I cannot survive in a world where you have moved on without, and they will mean it. In that moment, at 2:47 a.m., with their thumb hovering over the send button and their breath shallow and their apartment too quiet, They will mean it more than they have ever meant anything. But meaning it is not enough, meaning it does not erase the leaving, meaning it does not rebuild the trust they demolished with their carelessness, meaning it is just a feeling, and feelings are cheap. You know what is expensive? Consistency, presence, the daily, boring, invisible work of showing up, and that is the currency they never invested. So now they are bankrupt emotionally, spiritually, and they are standing outside your window with pockets full of regret, trying to buy back what they sold for nothing. Do not sell it back to them. Not at a discount, not at full price, not at any price. What you have built in your absence from them is not a storefront they can walk back into. It is a fortress. And fortresses do not negotiate with beggars. But here is the thing about winning, Virgo. Winning is not just about the person you defeated. Winning is about the arena. The arena is still full. The lights are still on. And while you are catching your breath in the corner, while the cutman is wiping the blood from your brow and you are thinking the fight is over, I need you to look across the ring, because there is someone else in the crowd, someone who has been watching you fight from the very first round, someone who saw you take the hits that would have knocked out a lesser human, who saw you stagger and sway and refuse to fall, who saw your technique, your discipline, your refusal to fight dirty even when dirty was the only language your opponent understood. And that someone is not in the crowd anymore. They are standing at the edge of the apron. They are waiting for the referee to clear the ring. And they are holding a towel and water and an offer so sincere it is going to make you cry. Who is this person? I am getting earth, heavy, grounding earth. Taurus, Capricorn, another Virgo. But there is fire in their eyes, not the destructive fire of drama, the warming fire of a hearth. Someone who has been through their own battles, someone who does not need you to be undefeated, someone who finds your scars beautiful because they have matching ones. They have been waiting, not passively, not in the wings like an understudy, hoping for the lead to break a leg. They have been preparing, building their own strength so that when they stand next to you, they are not leaning. They are standing shoulder to shoulder, equal, partner, ally, co-champion, and they are about to make their move. The victory you just claimed has signaled to them that the ring is clear. The old opponent has been counted out. The space next to you is no longer occupied by a ghost, and they are ready to step into that space with something that looks like humility but is actually courage. They are going to approach you not as a fan, not as a groupie, not as someone who wants to bask in your reflected glory. They are going to approach you as a peer with a compliment so specific it will stop you mid-step, with an observation about your technique, your character, your resilience that no one else has voiced, because no one else was paying attention at that level. They were. They have been taking notes on you for months, maybe longer. And now that the championship is yours, they are ready to reveal that they have been training for the exact role you did not know you were recruiting for. What does this look like practically? For some of you, it is a conversation that begins with, I have always admired, and ends with your phone number in their hand and a date on the calendar before the conversation is even over. For others, it is a slow unfolding, a friendship that deepens with terrifying speed because both of you recognize the frequency, because both of you have been lonely in the same way. The way where you are surrounded by people but no one sees the fight, and suddenly here is someone who sees the fight, who knows the cost of the belt you are wearing, who does not want to take the belt, who wants to help you polish it. I am also seeing more, and the more is what makes this reading feel crowded in the best way. Because while the X is crumbling and the new person is approaching and you are standing in the center of the ring trying to process your own victory, there is a third current moving, a financial current, a material current. The universe, in its infinite bookkeeping, has decided that your win is not just emotional, it is economic. There is money attached to this victory, not hush money, not consolation money, trophy money, prize money, the kind that arrives because you earned it, because you outlasted the competition, because you stayed in the ring when everyone else would have tapped out. I am seeing a specific amount for some of you, a round number that ends in 0, 5,000, 10, 20. For others, it is not a number but a title, a promotion, a recognition, a contract that has your name on it in larger font than you expected. For others still, it is a debt being cleared, someone paying back what they owe, not because you asked, because your victory has shamed them into integrity. Because seeing you rise has made them realize that the least they can do is settle the accounts they left open when they thought you would never be strong enough to close them yourself. And there is a fourth current. I know the title says "and more," and I am going to honor that promise. The fourth current is internal. It is the realization that is hitting you even as you read this. The realization that winning does not feel how you thought it would feel. You thought it would feel like fireworks, like champagne, like vindication so sweet you could taste it for days. But it does not feel like that. It feels like quiet, like the strange hollow echo of a stadium after everyone has gone home, like the weight of a belt that is heavier than it looks. And that feeling, that unexpected heaviness, is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that you are finally ready for the next level. Because the old you wanted victory for the applause. The new you has won, and the applause is nice. But what you really want now is peace, rest, a corner of the world where no one is keeping score. And that desire, that shift from external validation to internal sanctuary is the most important win of all. It is the win that cannot be taken from you. It is the win that outlasts every belt, every trophy, every title. I want to speak to the part of you that feels lonely in this victory, because you do. I feel it. You are surrounded by well-wishers and congratulatory messages and people who suddenly want to know you now that you have proven you are worth knowing. And in the middle of all that noise, there is a silence that sounds like, where is the person who knew me before the win? The person who saw you when you were just a contender, when you were just a hopeful face in the gym at 5 a.m., when you were just someone with a dream and no evidence. And the answer is, that person is gone. They are either the one crumbling under the weight of your absence, or they are the new face at the edge of the ring, or they are you. You are the person who knew you before, and you are still here. You are the constant. You are the witness. You are the one who gets to say, I saw it. I saw the whole journey, and I am still standing. That is the victory, Virgo. Not the belt, not the bank account, not the admirers. The victory is that you are still standing, that you survived your own story, that you outlasted the plot twists, that you are here reading this, breathing, heart beating, eyes open, ready for whatever the next round brings. Because there is always a next round. The fight is never truly over. But you are not the same fighter who entered the first round. You are harder, sharper, more efficient. You waste fewer movements. You throw fewer wild punches. You conserve your energy for the strikes that matter. And that economy of force, that precision is what makes you dangerous now. Not to the people who love you, to the people who would try to hurt you. Because they can see in the way you hold yourself, in the way you do not flinch when they faint, that you have been to the bottom of the ocean and you have learned to breathe there. They cannot drown you. You know the depth too well. Let me tell you what to do with the ex who is coming, because they are coming. And I need you to be prepared. When the message arrives, when the call comes through, when the unexpected appearance happens at the coffee shop or the parking lot or the mutual friends party, you are going to feel something, a pull, a nostalgia, a chemical reaction in your blood that has nothing to do with logic and everything to do with history. Your body will remember their smell. Your hands will remember their temperature. Your voice will want to soften into the old frequency, the old shape, the old dance that you practiced until your feet bled. Resist, not with cruelty, with clarity. Look at them and see not who they were, but who they are in this moment. A person who is reaching for you not because they love you, but because they cannot tolerate your absence. Those are different things. Love wants your presence. Neediness wants your absence to end. Love celebrates your win. Neediness resents it. Look into their eyes, if you must look, and ask yourself, are they happy for me? Or are they just unhappy without me? If it is the second, turn away, gently, firmly, permanently. You do not owe them a front row seat to a victory they did not help you earn. And what about the new person, the one at the edge of the ring? I need you to let them in, not all at once, not with the naive abandon of the old you, but with the measured, intelligent openness of the new you. Let them bring the water. Let them hold the towel. Let them speak the compliments and make the offers and show you through consistent action over time that they are not another opponent in disguise. Test them, not because you are suspicious, but because you are wise. Give them small tasks of trust and watch how they handle them. A promise to call, a plan to meet, a question about your past that they could use against you if they were cruel. See what they do with the information. See if they handle your heart like the treasure it is, or like the toy their predecessor treated it as. And if they pass the tests, if they show up clean and sober and present, then let them closer. Let them see the scars. Let them touch the belt. Let them know the cost of the victory. And if they stay, if they do not flinch, if they say, I am not here for the highlight reel, I am here for the recovery between fights, then you have found something rarer than gold. You have found a corner man who is willing to bleed with you. I want to speak about the signs your body is already giving you, because you are not reading this by accident. In the last 72 hours, something has shifted in your physical experience. You have been waking up before your alarm, not with anxiety, but with alertness. Your shoulders have been relaxing in a way they have not relaxed in months, as if some invisible weight you had grown accustomed to carrying has suddenly been lifted by hands you cannot see. You have found yourself smiling at moments that do not logically warrant smiling. A song on the radio, a color in the sky, a stranger's dog wagging its tail. These are not random mood swings. These are the physiological symptoms of victory. Your body knows before your mind catches up. Your cells are celebrating a win that your conscious brain is still too cautious to name. Trust the body. It is older and wiser than the narrative you tell yourself. It remembers what safety feels like. It remembers what triumph feels like. And right now, every fiber of your being is humming with a frequency that says, we made it, we are here, we survived. And here is the strangest part. In the next 48 hours, you are going to experience a series of micro confirmations that feel like the universe winking at you, a number that keeps repeating, a name that appears in 3 unrelated places in a single afternoon, a memory that surfaces so vividly it feels like a message rather than a recollection. Do not dismiss these as coincidence. They are the victory lap of your subconscious. They are the evidence that the internal shift has already happened and the external world is now scrambling to catch up. When you notice them, pause, breathe, acknowledge them. Because acknowledgement is the magnet that draws more confirmation. And you are going to need every confirmation you can get when the ex reaches out and tries to convince you that your win was actually a loss. I want to close with an image, not a ring, not a belt, something quieter, a locker room. After the lights have dimmed and the crowd has gone home and the commentators have moved on to the next story, you are sitting on a bench, sweat still drying on your skin, hands wrapped in tape that is starting to unravel, and the door opens, and someone walks in, not the ex, not the new person, just you, the future you. The one who has already lived through the next 10 fights and has come back to tell you that it was worth it, that every bruise was a deposit, that every scar was a signature on a contract you did not know you were signing. She sits next to you. She does not speak. She just hands you an ice pack and a bottle of water, and she stays. That is the victory. Not the roar of the crowd, the silence of the locker room, the moment when the only person who matters is the one who fought the fight, and she is proud of you. She is so proud of you that she does not need to say it. It radiates from her like heat, like the light you have become. Rest now. You have earned it. The ex will survive your absence, or they won't. Either way, it is not your fight. The new person will wait, or they won't. Either way, you are enough. The money will come. The recognition will come. The next chapter will begin. And you will meet it not as a contender, not as an underdog, not as someone hoping for a lucky break. You will meet it as the champion you already are. Belt on, shoulders back, eyes clear, heart full. You won. Say it out loud. Let your own voice be the applause you have been waiting for. Let your own breath be the standing ovation. Let your own reflection be the witness that matters most. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the fight, at the end of every story that ever mattered, the only person who truly needed to believe in your victory was you. And now you do. Now you know. Now there is no going back. Enjoy the silence of the locker room. The next bell is already ringing in the distance, but for now, for this one precious, hard-won moment, rest. You won.